Remember when guest stars on The Simpsons used to play characters? For the longest time now, that hasn't been the case. It was really rare for a guest star to actually portray a character. More often than not, they would just be themselves. And it's typically the cringiest part of the episode. Luckily, in recent years, they've gone back to actually playing characters. For the most part. But back then, it wasn't even just actors getting this treatment. They did this for authors, athletes, businessmen, and even scientists. But rarely did they ever dedicate an entire episode to these people. But on occasion, they would. And more likely than not, these episodes will be featured on my new series, Worst Simpsons Ever, where I watch the most hated Simpsons episodes to find out which one is really the worst one. In this video, we'll be looking at the episode, The Musk Who Fell to Earth, which focuses on Elon Musk. This is an episode I've never actually seen before. Heck, I never even heard of it until I started looking up the most hated Simpsons episodes. Before going into the episode, I have some speculations about it. First, Elon Musk is a very polarizing figure, so I'm not really surprised if he gets hate for anything he does. Second, people don't like guest star focused episodes, even when they're decent episodes, like Lisa Goes Gaga, which I've already made a video about. A link will be in the description if you're interested in seeing that one. And lastly, I've only ever seen Elon Musk act twice. First was in South Park, where he was alright at best, and the second one was on SNL, in a way more hated Wario sketch than this episode, which is pretty bad, but I don't even think he was the worst actor in that sketch. I give it to the actor who played Luigi, followed up by these two. Then Elon Musk. Going into this, I'm expecting pretty bad acting and cringy moments, but I was surprised that Lisa Goes Gaga wasn't as horrible as I thought. So who knows? I guess there's only one way to find out. But before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to our patrons. If you like our videos and want to support us, consider becoming a patron, where you get to see our videos a week early. If not, a like and subscribe goes a long way. Thank you. Now let's go over The Musk Who Fell to Earth. It begins with Lisa feeding little birds in the backyard, when a bald eagle swoops down and eats the birds. No, I'm not even joking. And dear God, did you guys really have to show the skeleton of a little bird? What the hell is wrong with you people? Okay, so this is getting off to a bad start, and Elon Musk hasn't even appeared yet. Then the eagle takes Maggie. Luckily, they don't have the eagle eat her, preventing us from seeing a baby skeleton, which now I can't put it past the show from doing. The eagle then flies off, and Homer declares war on it. And I first thought the eagle was just going to fly off and not be seen again. Homer declares war on a bird in futility. End of the joke. But no, apparently this eagle is just terrorizing the family. And they set a trap for it, which works. But when they catch it, it causes a disturbing sight with Homer's eye coming out of the socket. Which I'm not going to show you. You're welcome. So far, I would much rather be watching Lisa Goes Gaga right now. Once they have the eagle in the trash bag, Homer starts beating it onto Bart's bed, which I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure is a federal crime. But I don't think they care, because they plan to kill the eagle, which I know is a federal crime. But Lisa stops them because she wants to nurse it back to health, which it was only injured because you people captured it and started beating it. What the hell is going on here? We then see 4 weeks later, and they just have an eagle now, which gets killed by Elon Musk's rocket coming down on their lawn. This entire segment was just dumb and disturbing. But now, Elon Musk is in the episode, and everyone just loves him, including a mailman he crushed with his ship. First of all, we might be getting into Mary Sue territory. Secondly, what kind of mailman comes into people's backyard? And lastly, this dude had plenty of time to avoid being crushed by this ship. Hell, he probably would have been burned by the flames that killed the eagle. Let's just continue. They have Elon over for dinner, not caring at all about the death of the eagle they just spent a month caring for. Not even from Lisa, who wanted to take care of it in the first place. Anyway, we find out that Elon is traveling the country to get inspiration, and accepts Homer's offer to visit the nuclear power plant, where we get the first funny line of the episode.
Great, and if anyone asks where I am, just cover for me. Fine, we'll both go. And if anybody asks you something you don't understand, just say protons.
When driving to work, Elon just keeps writing in the car about how he doesn't have any ideas. Which we get it, he's looking for inspiration. You already said this. Homer then says he wishes the papers were white meatballs. And this inspires Elon to make synthetic meat. And now he sees Homer as his muse. Where Homer just says any stupid thing and Elon jumps on it. And I'm not even underselling that. Listen to this.
Don't taste me, bro. Chocolate rain!
Tase, bro, chocolate rain. Use electroplating to remove metal ions from rainwater, making it suitable for drinking.
What about the chocolate?
We'll make the device a soothing chocolate color. Brilliant.
Homer and Elon are then throwing paper back and forth at each other. Then we get this hilarious moment.
Why don't we have fun like that, Lou?
After that, we see them at the plant, where we find out that Mr. Burns actually reads every suggestion in the suggestion box, where Elon Musk leaves a great suggestion. Burns then talks to Elon, who comes up with even more ideas. The two then decide to partner together to make his ideas come to life. But Smithers doesn't trust Elon and thinks he's up to something nefarious. We follow Smithers for a bit, where we find out this dude is ripped. Jeesh man, I didn't know you were pro guns. I'll stop now. The Smithers segment ends with him trying to convince Burns not to work with Musk, with the argument that his ideas are too good, and everyone is meant for wretched lives. Seriously, dude? What the hell kind of convincing is that? He then gets the hounds released on him, which he should for that crummy argument. After that, we see the news, where they're reporting about no accidents because Elon Musk gave everyone self-driving cars. You know, people said that this and the Lady Gaga episode were just commercials for the guest stars. For Lisa Goes Gaga, I didn't really see it. But this scene was more of a commercial for Elon Musk than if he made a commercial for himself. We then find out that all the great things that Elon Musk is doing for the town is causing Mr. Burns to lose a lot of money. And Mr. Burns is not having any of that, leading him to lay off a good deal of the plant, causing the town to go into a depression. Shown via just horrible musical segment by Carl. This causes the town to turn against Elon. And Mr. Burns apologizes to Smithers, and then tells him he plans to have Elon Musk assassinated. While Homer is talking to Marge, saying he doesn't want to be friends with Elon Musk anymore, because Mr. Burns laid off the town. Okay, doesn't make much sense, but sure. In the next scene, we see Burns' hitman. And yeah, of course this doesn't work. They try to kill Musk, but he dodges out of the way and saves Homer in the process. Then they all die from recoil? Sure, okay. You could have just said they had heart attacks or something. They're really old. But Elon does save Homer's life. Homer then tells Musk he doesn't want to be his friend anymore, and says the town's not ready for him. Come on, that's just lame. I mean, the problem with the town was Mr. Burns, not Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk made Mr. Burns lose money by helping the town. Mr. Burns was the one being a dick about it. The episode ends with Elon Musk going back into space, but not before giving Lisa a high-tech birdhouse, which was a decent callback to the beginning of the episode, if only the beginning wasn't the worst part of the episode. In the end, this episode just isn't good. The majority of the jokes missed the mark and just weren't funny at all. I only laughed 2 times in this episode, both of which I showed you. And this did kind of come off like a commercial for Elon Musk. The town turning against him could have been a decent story if we got more of it. All we saw was them throwing a brick at a screen with his face on it, and Marge saying they'll never forgive him. Even though Mr. Burns was the problem here. Elon Musk didn't make Mr. Burns lay off the town. All he did was improve it. I mean, everyone still has their self-driving cars. Granted, I doubt you'll ever see them again besides this episode, but it's not like he took them back. So yeah, it would have been better if we actually saw the townsfolk being mad at Elon, besides a single brick. Like maybe an angry mob gathers and he has to escape on his ship. But no, nothing like that happens. So, is the Musk who fell to Earth the worst Simpsons ever? I'm gonna say no. I mean, it has a lot of bad marks, don't get me wrong. The plot was just meh, with a lot of dumb moments. And the episode was mostly unfunny. Pair that with the Elon Musk commercial vibes, and that god-awful Eagle beginning. But the Eagle beginning's the only part I really hated. I would give this episode a D-. I just didn't hate it enough to be an F. So is it the worst? No. Is it worse than Lisa Goes Gaga? Substantially. So out of the 2 episodes I've reviewed so far, it's the worst one on the list. And is what I will be comparing the next episode to. And what episode will I be looking for next to find the worst Simpsons ever? Well, it will be the episode that people say killed the Simpsons Golden Age. And just turned a lot of people off from the show. I am of course talking about The Principal and the Pauper. Stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.